In this video, I'll teach you how you can create this amazing underwater scene inside of Unreal Engine 5.3. So without wasting any more time, let's start today's video. So after coming in Unreal, firstly go to File, New Level, and I'm just creating an empty level. Press Create. Now, before moving forward, what we are trying to create? We are trying to create an underwater scene. Now, if you create this a normal way, it will take a lot of time. So for that, I am using these blueprints, which coming from this guy, Karim, and I don't know I am pronouncing correct or not, Karim Abousuha, whatever. I'm sorry for your name pronunciation, but he have basically two blueprints. So this is a free version and this is a paid version. And if you notice, which is Canadian dollar, is like $1 is enough for him. So if you want, you can purchase this blueprint version 2, which is obviously more advanced, more detailed, but you can also use this as well. Just look at all the renders. It's just amazing. So just need to add your specific dollar. You can also gift him like $10, $20, whatever. Also, you can press 0 and purchase this and it will download. So once it will download, you just need to double click that project file and it will directly jump into your Unreal Engine version. So in this version, you can find this blueprint option, and under this blueprint, you can find this blueprint underwater. So now let's build up a scene first. So first of all, go to the selection mode, landscape, and here I'm creating a very basic landscape, just like this. And after that, you can make sculpting and all. Also, you can use the height map as well. So if you want, you can do a very basic level of sculpting to get some depth underwater. So all right, after doing some basic level of sculpting, what I'll do, I'll just go to this selection and just leave it like this. Now let me show you how you can apply the material first in the landscape, then I'll come to the blueprint part. So what I'll do, I'll just go to this Quixel bridge. I have this, by the way, it's an announcement that yes, very soon the Quixel bridge will no longer free for Unreal. So if you have already purchased this, you can still access those assets, but not the other assets which you will release in future. So if you don't know how to do that, definitely you can search on YouTube. You can definitely find how you can use the assets for lifetime. I also did. So yes, I can use that. So what I'll do, I'll just added this ripple sand, which can create the underwater sand. So first of all, download its highest quality and press add over here. So it will add it here. Now select the landscape. And going down, this is a default physical material. Simply drag and drop under this landscape material. So it will apply like this. So if you zoom, you can't see anything, details and all, because there is no light. So for first of all, what I'll do, I'll just take a light over here just to see our textures. Now you can clearly see the textures. So the textures are very replicated multiple times. So just double click, go to tiling effect and just simply type 0.1 by 0.1. And now look at this. It's absolutely perfect for this underwater sands. Okay, so we are right now done with our landscape. So you need to find your specific camera angle, which is this. Now I just delete this directional light. I just only need this landscape. Now what I'll do, I'll just go to the blueprint and simply drag and drop blueprint under this. And boom, you can see some kind of an amazing shot in front of you. By the way, if you notice, the caustics are also looking absolutely natural. So just to make this hide a little bit. So now this is your scene. Yeah, it's done. Just joking. Now we have to build our scene using this assets underwater blueprint. So what I'll do, I'll just make my positions first. So if you notice, the fishes are also looking very much real. If you zoom, you can see the fishes details. So you can customize this as well. So before doing customization, let's do some scene buildup. So first of all, let's turn this off and let's add a very basic light, which is our directional light, so that we can build up our scene. But one more thing, if you just turn on this, using this directional light, you can find this error called multiple directional lights are detecting. So do not use two directional light. Also, one more thing, need to add some very basic changes on your project file. Go to project settings and simply type ray tracing. So whatever you can't find in this ray tracing option, need to turn this on. Make sure generate mesh distance field should turn down. Use hardware ray tracing should turn down. So these are the settings which should turn on, and texture level of details you can on or off. It's all up to you. It's not get a big change. And after that, you need to restart your Unreal Engine. Basically, the ray tracing will support only on RTX graphics card. So if you have a GTX graphics card, then it will not working on your system. But if you have an RTX graphic card, then definitely it will work. So now let's build up our scene using Quixel Megascan assets. So simply go to Quixel Bridge. So now you can do whatever scene you want to do. Here, let's search some ancient things so that it can create some underwater ancient cities and all. So here we have collections of 190 assets over here. So I'm just simply go to search and press ancient and just press enter. So you can find some ancient materials, structures and all, which can create your scene. So in this underwater scene, we have a sand. So we don't want to create a massive scene. We just want to create a very basic pillars and all, which already underwater. Like after flood, it will completely go to underwater. So let's add some filters that I want only the assets. So simply click here and all type, just change it to 3D assets, so that only assets are visible here. So firstly, let's add this Romanian pillars or column, whatever, and just simply select the nanite and download. So it will start downloading. And also let's find out few more assets. By the way, I'm not doing this full screen because it's in 4K and I already started the OBS to record the screen, so it will start lagging. So that's why it's in small. So sorry for that. After that, I want to use this broken statue head kind of a foreground material. So let's use this as well. Let's download. So it will basically comes in front of our scene, in front of the camera. This is my main idea. By the way, I don't have any plan. I'm just doing it randomly. Whatever the things I have in my mind, I'm just doing it. So this can create some kind of stonish flow. So let's download this as well to get some more details. I like this Romanian arch kind of a thing. That's pretty nice for this kind of a scene. So let's download this as well. So basically we have a lot of assets we can create, but as of now, this 3 is enough. And if I'll feel I just want to create more, then definitely I'll add it more here. So we have downloaded all the assets here. So first of all, let's add the Romanian column first, and let's position that column in the scene. So just minimize this. Now here it will comes in Megascan. So you can find this 3D like static mesh. Just simply turn this on. If you can't find this, simply click here and you can find this static mesh filter. Simply check this so that only static mesh will visible here. Now, before doing anything, as I am telling everyone all the times, that first of all, select your camera angle. So go to this and take a cinematic and take Cinecamera Actor and right click, and you can find the snap object to the view so that it will directly jump into the viewport. Also, just pin this so that whatever changes you will do, you can see here. So if you go anywhere, your camera angle is always fixed. So let's do some very basic camera changes. So just change it to, okay, digital film is fine. Universal zoom, let's change this to, let's say around, like I want to create an underwater shot. So 30mm, yep. So after that, go to lens settings and minimum focal length and maximum focal length. So just change the minimum focal length to 25 and the maximum focal length. And after that, just decrease the focal length to here. If you don't decrease the minimum focal length right from here, because you are already using some presets, you can change it for here. Also, the minimum f-stops, let's change it to 0.2 so that you can create the custom depth of field, which I'll come later. So after that, let's add some crop over here. So this is a crop, so it's kind of a cinematic aspect ratio. Alright, so I have created the very basic kind of a scene. Now let's simply drag and drop the pillar over here. And so you don't need to add any mannequins here to get some measurements, because you don't need actually. So yes, I'll just decrease the camera angle slightly so that it can create a huge shot here. So just decrease the camera angle slightly here. Also change it to here and slightly here as well. Alright, pretty nice. Now simply select this and let's increase the shape of this. So I just want to make it pretty big so that it can feel like. Now after that, Control D to duplicate this, and let's add here. So these are the two pillars, which is basically our scene main foreground object. So let's change the sun direction so that you can see all the textures properly. So yeah, this is fine. Okay, so now let's add the second assets, which is the statue. So just import it. Okay, let's import all the assets so that no need to go multiple times. And yeah, so now I'll just drag and drop this broken statue. I just want to make it in front of a screen. So this is pretty small actually. So increase the statue shape to a little bigger. And if you notice, you can't see the statue just because of it's not in front of the camera. So simply drag and drop the statue. Yeah, it's here. Okay, so now let's move it here. Basically, once I'm telling you that I should want key that going in front of the camera, slightly down. So I'll just make it pretty down and let's make it bigger. The shape should be bigger, okay? But not big as like the camera is closing everything. Let's add then this one as well in your scene. Make it bigger, rotate this. Wow, it's looking perfect. Let's add some stone roads. It's not necessary, by the way, because everything is got hidden after adding these two. After that, so let's turn off this directional light and turn on this underwater shot. Oh my god, it's looking amazing. So if you notice, we can't see the background depth is too much. Also, the light is too high. So just delete the directional light, no need here. By the way, once you added two lights, this will come here every time. So don't worry about that. It's normal. So now go to perspective to Cine Camera Actor. Now let's work on the camera. And after that, I'll just use one post-process volume to control the exposure. Because if you can control the exposure from this blueprint, but I'll suggest don't control it from there. So first type infinite and just infinite bound. And going down, you can find exposure controls. Simply check this two and these two as well. Just change it to 1 by 1. And now you can control this through here. So now if you notice, the exposure are controlling here. Okay, pretty nice. Press G on your keyboard to hide the selections. And now let's, as I told you, let's work on the camera. So firstly, I'll just want to decrease the camera focal length. So going up, you can simply click the universal zoom first. And now let's decrease the focal length to 15. So now let's work on this BP underwater. So just select this. First of all, you can find this HDRI. This is HDRI map. So if you increase the HDRI intensity, you can obviously see the HDRI, but don't click this, simply default. So if you notice that the caustics are here in the ground. So if you want to change the caustics, so just double click. You can work on this intensity. So if you want, you can decrease it to 2. So automatically the caustics intensity got updated, but 2 is very less. So just make it to 10. So that very base level. Okay, let's make it to 15 and just simply apply. Also, you can control this. So next like 3. So more caustics. Also just change it to 5 and press apply. So now you can see amazing caustics. Press save, close. That's it. So now let's work on the depth. So first of all, go to underwater. Going up here, you can find this fog. This is a fog distance. So if you increase the fog distance, you can start seeing the pillars. Also, there's a scattering. So if you increase or decrease the scattering, it can actually get some light behind of your screen. There's a fog color. So I basically like some kind of a dark and little brighter. Also in a greenish tint, some kind of a thing, which is in fog. So this is a fog color. This is a surface color. So if you don't add any surface, you can like upper surface. You can simply turn these colors. So this is like upper surface color, just like this. All right. So now this is a god ray. Simply turn this on and now you can see the magic in it. So it's amazing. I know. So now if you go here, you're going to see the volumetric lights. Just decrease it to 20. Automatically the god rays got a decrease. So just increase and decrease it as per your convenience. So just increase it slightly so that the god rays are not that irritating in your scene. Okay, and now going down, you can find the god ray distribution. If you increase the distribution, it's not hitting on the ground every time. It's like little up. Okay, and there's god ray scale, god ray colors, emission, like, and then the post process like water blur. If you increase the water blur inside the water is getting blurry. So I think I want the clearest. So just remove this. So this is the clearest. So not that clear. So let's make it to 0.5 or let's 0.2. Yup. Now it's good. If you want, you can add some tint effect, but not required. Temperature, chromatic intensity. So if you increase the chromatic aberration, you can also control it right from here. Vignetting effect to get some slightly darker area in your screen coming from here. Also, there is one more thing. If you just go and type surface, you can find this location. If you decrease this, you can actually control the water height. But in this case, just leave it like this only. Also, I just want to decrease the atmosphere. so that I don't want this much atmosphere to more visible. So what I'll do, going down, you can find this fog distance. So just decrease the fog distance so that it can cover this, so it's feel like more blurry and all. Okay, so now let's work on the camera. Going up, you can find that focus, like focal distance and focal length. So simply decrease this to 0.5. Okay, and just turn this on. And now let's decrease this to, let's say, here. So if you decrease the current aperture, you see this aperture is not decreasing. This is because of the minimum and maximum f-stop, which is 0.1, 0.2. So just change it to, let's say, 0.1. And now you can control the f-stops right from here. Okay, so now it's 0.1 only. So right now we are in completely shallow depth of field. The background is completely out of focus. This is actually looking fake, so just make it to 0.5. Okay, cool. This looks perfect. The fishes are also looking perfect. Let's do some camera animations. So go here, add a limb level sequence and make it to tutorial and the tut and press save. And simply drag and drop the camera over here. And let's increase it to 250 frames. Increase this to 250. Increase this as well. And now this is the first frame. So just simply click the transform, go to the last frame. And just slightly move the camera, and now simply select these two keyframes, right click and linear. Okay, so the animation is done. So okay, cool. So now let's add some very basic level of camera shake here. So to giving a camera shake, go to content browser, content, right click, blueprint class, all class, simply type camera shake, and you can find this camera shake base. Simply select, double click, it will open, and you can close this. Then again double click, open, you can find this. So it's just simply to per little noise and open this. Timing, let's change the duration to 5 seconds and just press compile and save. We'll work on this. So just push this here, select the camera, go to plus, and you can find this camera shake. Simply select this new blueprint. So it will come here. Now if you notice, the length is pretty low, so increase the length. Now increase the time from here as well to maintain your camera shake to the entire frame range. Press compile, and now if you play, you can see there is no camera shake. So what I'll do, just simply go to location, intensity, amplitude to 2, compile, save. And now if you notice, okay, just make it to loop. Slightly camera is moving, and now the rotation, just press it to 1, and you can find the camera animations or the camera shake. Okay, so after that you can simply go to renders. So going here, sequencer, and click here, and this is a legacy control. So what do you need to do, simply click over here, you can find this movie render to legacy. So this is a legacy. So if you want that the proper render process, so just go here, go to plugins and simply type movie and press render. So then you can find this movie render queue, and okay, this two should checked on, and now they're asking for restart. So simply press restart, save selected. By the way, I'm just minimize this and I'm just simply save this as a new. So what I'll do, I'll just go to the save current level, and this is not replaced, should be under this blueprint. So what I'll do, go to content, and I'll just make this tutorial and press save. So this will become our tutorial. And now let's restart this Unreal Engine using this. So just press restart, save selected. Alright, system is restarted. Now let's reopen our file. So just double click on your tutorial. So it will load it here. Just turn off this post process. Also you can delete this, because whatever you can control it right from here, the camera. So now go to this, play the camera, and double click on our sequencer. Yup, already working nice. So now let's click here. This is a legacy, as I told. Now simply click and movie render queue. Okay, so this should turn on. Now simply click and unfigure configuration. Firstly, delete the JPEG. Select anti-aliasing. Just change it to 16 and click this. Also, you can change it to, okay, let's say 34. More quality. And then change this to game overrides to get some cinematic renders. EXR and change it to zip. After that, simply click this frame close, render all cameras if you have multiple cameras, otherwise no need this. After that, go to output and change the resolution to 3840 by 2160 by 1620, and then use custom frame range, which will be 30 FPS. And make sure to turn this warm up render frames. This is very, very important. And after that, press select and save this. So just type it to render, and yeah, go to render and start rendering. So yes guys, that's it for today. I hope you really enjoyed this mostly detailed video of underwater shot in Unreal Engine. You can create a lot of new things here. You can create more, but as of now, this is it for today. I hope you really enjoyed. See you in my next video. Until, please do subscribe to our channel World of VFX. See you soon. Bye-bye.